and when he switches, he's not effective as far as guarding other players on the perimeter. And so that is something that Golden State Warriors, is good they're seeing it now. This is what they're going to see in the playoffs. This is the chink in the armor. This is the only way you can basically combat the fact that they have this group of all-stars put together. Go at the weakest one. The weakest one defensively is Boogie Cousins.
See, they always struggled with pick and roll, and Boogie Cousins was his only weakness going into this, playing for the Golden State Warriors. They always switched everything. They had perimeter defenders. They had guys that could guard and rebound. Now, when you have Boogie Cousins in there, he's playing back, and when he takes his switch, now it's ISOs going on. And then CP plays well in the ISO, and he can make plays for others, or he can get his own bucket. But then on the offensive glass, since they started Kenneth Faried and Clint Capella, then now it's an offensive rebound fest, and they took advantage of that tonight.
All right, so how can this be fixed? Can it be fixed? Is DeMarcus Cousins too heavy-footed to do the athletic movements it takes to guard on the perimeter like this? Is it just you shrug your shoulders, or is there something they can do to fix that?
There's definitely things you can do to fix it. First of all, they can have him be up at the higher level at the screen. That's one thing that, as a big, I hated that. I love to be back in the paint.
That's the issue.
But I had good coaches like Rick Carlisle. They'd be like, Brendan, you have to be up at the level of the screen. That is something that Boogie Cousins can do. It's something that he doesn't want to do. It's going to be new to him, but he has 25, 24 games or so to get used to it. He has to be up at the level of the screen, and that way they can maybe hedge and go under, or if they do have a switch, he's closer to the ball, he can be into the man, and then they can get more help.
The issue with that is that goes against all their defensive principles.
Yes.
They like switching. They like making you be a one-on-one team. And Houston has the ability to be that team. And now Boogie has to play defense. Now he has some real responsibilities on the ball defense in the pick and roll. He can't go to it down because CP coming downhill in the pick and roll made it dangerous tonight. So now they have to find a way, unlike the years that they've won championships with, for a different type of pick and roll defense. And we got to see if they can make that adjustment.
And that's the beauty of what Golden State used to do. They used to switch every pick and roll and force you to play one-on-one with guys that could really defend. That's where Draymond is so good. They put Draymond at the 5. He's switching on your point guards. He's sliding his feet. With Boogie Cousins, you have to adjust your defense, and this is where there's a lot of guards in that Western Conference. When you talk about Dame Lillard, when you talk about Russell Westbrook, all the rest of these teams, they're seeing what happened tonight. And if they get into a playoff series with the Golden State Warriors, best believe they're going to involve Boogie Cousins in every middle pick and roll, side screen and roll that they can, because they want to take advantage of that matchup. And especially when you have Steph and Boogie in the screen and roll, now you can put their two worst defenders in a pick and roll situation and force them to have to make a decision. Are they going to switch it or are they not? We can attack either guy.
And you think about it, Golden State struggled defending the pick and roll without James Harden, who's an awesome pick and roll player. Steve Kerr did say, quote, about DeMarcus Cousins, quote, he's definitely frustrated on that 3 that Paul hit. You saw him, kind of do that and hang his head a little bit. No, I will not repeat that body gesture for you, Brendan, because I know you wanted it. DeMarcus Cousins was a team low, -17 in the plus-minus. Steve Kerr also said that poor transition defense was a big factor here tonight. I just want both of you guys to talk about how annoying that is to practice. Is it annoying to practice? Because the next time the Warriors practice, they're going to be working on poor transition defense. Is that going to be a bad day in the gym for the Warriors?
Well, the thing is, in today's NBA, you don't practice for so much.
Right.
So it's not like back in the 90s or even back when old fellas like ourselves first came into the league. A bad transition day means you're going to have transition drills and practice all day long. Now this means they're going to have a really tough film session where they basically call guys out who's not getting back, who didn't have good floor balance, where was the transition lost at. That's more of what it's going to be. I don't think the Golden State Warriors at the point in the season where they're going to have a very tough practice where they just blow it out.
Let's keep it real. Transition is about communication and effort. And that's where you get better in transition defense. You can point it out on the screen and say, you know what, you weren't back, you didn't get where you were supposed to, you didn't talk and communicate and get to the man that you were. But they had a lot of shooters out on the floor tonight, and they had a lot of guys that played extremely hard and played with a lot of effort and a lot of heart. That's what took them out of the game tonight.
So this has been an amazing Saturday.